Gameskraft is a leading online skill-based company in India, and we are essentially into real money gaming and skill games. So we have various platforms that we run and operate, wherein people can come and play online game of rummy, poker, etc. And I am part of the legal team here, and my day-to-day typically looks like a lot of contracting work, a lot of advisory work in relation to the regulations, because as you would know, the regulations with respect to online skill-based gaming industry are still at a very nascent stage. They're still evolving and developing. So a lot of my day goes into, sort of interpreting those laws and how to, make those, those laws applicable to our business, and how do we, sort of navigate through the regulatory uncertainty that we are in. So we have around 5 people in the legal team, and the legal team is headed by a group general counsel. And on an average, I think in a year, we must be churning around 200 to 300 contracts. And on a monthly basis, that will be around 30 to 50 contracts that we, sort of see from initial development stage to proper execution.
I work at Gameskraft as an associate counsel. If I would talk about the kind of contracts that we deal with a lot of day-to-day contracts. For example, a lot of your admin agreements or your marketing agreements that run on a long-term basis are your day-to-day contracts that we have a need for entering into every week or every month as per the commercial discussions. And opposed to that, we have one-off contract requests for a specific marketing campaign that we may be doing, or a specific business need that may arise. While we were sort of dealing with the varied contracting needs that the organization had, the need for a CLM tool became very, very clear to us, because prior to that we were just functioning on the basis of emails, and it became very hard for us to keep a track of the contract requests that we were receiving. Once we had processed that request, how to efficiently track that contract that had already been executed, how to sort of track the compliances that that contract entailed, became very, very difficult for us, because we were just doing that purely on the basis of emails that were coming in, and there was no specific tool that sort of streamlined the process for us and helped us do all of these tasks in an efficient way, and also in a way that required minimal interaction for the legal team, because some tasks in this were just where is this contract located.
So in the process of looking at a perfect CLM tool, we actually looked around 7 CLM tools that were available in the market at that point of time. And the reason we chose SpotDraft was, I think first, the interface for SpotDraft was very decluttered, which is what we wanted. And the second most primary thing that we had was that we wanted our business teams to adopt to the new tool.
So them reaching out to the legal person to ask, hey Meghna, where is this contract, just straight up goes away. That is not something that I need to sort of worry about in my day-to-day functions. Secondly, SpotDraft also has a function where once you are done with executing a contract, there is a repository where you can sort of capture the key pointers that the contract has. And one of my favorite features in SpotDraft now is that instead of me as a legal person going and keying those pointers in, there is also a feature that sort of auto reads the contract for you, fills in those pointers for you. So overall, the journey of going from no SpotDraft and having to do this work manually on my own to having an automated process sort of step in, and me acting as sort of like a supervisory person to that process and just ensuring that things are accurately captured, has reduced my time into these tasks a lot and opened up my time to do things that require me to put in more of my actual brain power into figuring out how to do something and how to advise the business, rather than doing these sort of everyday tasks of where is this contract located, this contract is already executed, what does it say?
Because of SpotDraft, I think the team is saving around at least 10 hours a week, and it's actually increased the efficiency of the entire contract management cycle for us by, I would say, around 70 to 75%. It's actually helped us that way. So the stakeholders that we typically work on a day-to-day basis are obviously the business folks, plus the folks from the HR team, the folks from the admin team. With SpotDraft, what has helped us, that for at least for very, very standard contracts, these folks have been able to themselves initiate a contract request and get it executed.
My favorite feature of SpotDraft is by far the AI updation of key pointers. on your contract, it just saves a legal person's job so much time. Basically, a very important function of you as legal counsel in an organization is to keep a repository of the contracts that have already been signed. And that is something that gets missed out a lot, because as a legal person, most of your efforts is put into actually signing that contract. Once that contract is signed, you move on to the next priority, which is going on to which contract needs to be signed next, rather than how to manage a contract that has already been executed. SpotDraft has helped us with its key updation, and now with automation to that function, wherein an AI will sort of read through the contract and answer what questions you have about that contract. For example, what is the payment cycle like? What are the cancellation terms like? What is the term of the contract? Keeping a track of those items has become very easy with the key pointers section that SpotDraft has, and now with further innovation in that tool by making it an AI feature where the contract gets automatically processed. I would recommend SpotDraft to my peers for sure. On the basis of the fact that not only will my peers be looking for a tool for themselves, but also for a non-legal person to be comfortable with.
The future plan for the team is definitely to increase efficiency, automate more and more things, templatizing more and more contracts. And I think that is something where SpotDraft plays a key role. You have the option to sort of create templates and upload templates which can sort of sit there, and that saves a lot more time for the team. SpotDraft has been a great partner, and I think with all the new launches that they're doing and the new interfaces that they keep bringing in, I think that's going to help us in sort of making our lives much more easier as a legal team and spending sort of less time in doing those manual tasks. And yeah, I think efficiency is what I think every legal team strives for, and I think our goal would also be the same, to increase it and to become as efficient as one could.